Welcome to the deep dive. You know, we think of our medicine cabinets as, well, pretty safe places, right?
Generally, yeah.
But what if one of those everyday things, something for a cough maybe, has a hidden side, a completely different personality most of us don't know about?
It happens.
Today, we're diving into dextromethorphan.dxm. It's in a lot of over-the-counter cough and cold stuff.
Very common.
And our mission really is to unpack this kind of surprising dual nature it has. How it stops a cough, yes, but also how it can become, well, a dangerous dissociative hallucinogen if it's misused.
It's crucial to understand.
Yeah, understanding what's actually in those bottles. It seems more important than you might initially think. Okay, let's unpack this. How does this, common stuff actually work? For the cough, I mean.
Right. So its main job, its therapeutic purpose is pretty simple. It's an antitussive, stops coughs.
Antitussive, okay.
Yeah, and it's not an opioid. That's key. It works by telling the cough reflex part of your brain to just quiet down.
Oh, okay. So it just dampens that urge to cough.
Exactly. And being non-opioid, that makes people feel it's safer, less risk of dependency, like with, older opioid cough syrups.
Right, which probably adds to this feeling that it's harmless. You just grab it off the shelf. Think about your own cabinet. How many multi-symptom things do you have sitting there?
And that feeling of safety, it just completely evaporates when you talk about really high doses.
How so?
Because what's fascinating here is, at those high amounts, DXM changes. It becomes this potent dissociative hallucinogen, very much like ketamine, actually, or even PCP.
Wow, really? That's a huge shift.
It is. And the way it works when abused is it basically messes with your brain's main communication lines. Specifically, it blocks something called NMDA receptors.
NMDA receptors.
Yes, and blocking those, it essentially scrambles how your brain understands reality. You get these really profound changes in perception and thinking. It's like cutting the wires that connect you to the world around you.
So it starts as just stop my cough, but then morphs into something that messes with your fundamental perception of reality. That's...
Yeah, eye-opening.
Is that why you hear users talk about plateaus? Like, a first plateau is mild stimulation, maybe some euphoria. Then way up at the fourth, it's trance-like states, out-of-body experiences. It sounds kind of structured.
It sounds structured, and that's the scary part. These plateaus are a, frankly, terrifyingly misleading way people try to categorize these really intense altered states.
Misleading how?
Well, it gives this false sense of control, like it's a predictable journey, maybe even like a game.
Yeah.
Level up to the next plateau. Yeah. But it lures people into more and more dangerous territory.
Right.
But here's the critical thing. The real danger often isn't just the DXM molecule itself.
Oh, okay.
It's what else is in that bottle. This raises an important question about combination products. The most serious risks, even fatal ones, come from co-ingestion. Taking DXM along with the other active ingredients in those multi-symptom cold meds.
Like painkillers or decongestants mixed in.
Exactly. For example, acetaminophen, that's Tylenol, is in many of them. High doses of DXM often mean high doses of acetaminophen too, and that can cause severe, potentially fatal liver damage.
Oh, wow.
Or pseudoephedrine, the decongestant. That can spike your blood pressure dangerously high when combined with excessive DXM. Antihistamines, also common. They can lead to serious central nervous system toxicity.
So you're not just overdosing on DXM, you're overdosing on potentially several things at once.
Precisely. And most deaths linked to DXM abuse aren't from DXM alone. It's these combinations, or mixing it with alcohol, or especially other drugs like antidepressants, SSRIs, or MAOIs. That combination can trigger something called serotonin syndrome, which is life-threatening.
Serotonin syndrome. That sounds serious. So what does this all mean? What actually happens physically and mentally when someone abuses DXM like this, short-term or long-term?
Well, acutely, you can see things like hyperexcitability, really slurred speech, high blood pressure, and something called nystagmus, where the eyes move back and forth rapidly, uncontrollably.
Okay, physical signs.
Yeah, but the psychological effects are often even more severe. Intense confusion, agitation, paranoia, and in really bad cases, chemical psychosis.
Psychosis, like losing touch with reality.
Completely. And long-term, chronic abuse points towards potential cognitive deterioration. It's really damaging the brain.
So what's being done? Is it regulated?
It's tricky. DXM isn't federally controlled like, say, opioids are, but because of these dangers, many states have put in age restrictions. You often need to be 18 or older to buy it now.
Right, I've seen that at the pharmacy.
And there's a big push for parents to be more vigilant, to treat these common meds with, honestly, the same caution you'd use for opioids. Keep track of them, know it's in the house.
And public health efforts.
Yeah, there are initiatives like Stop Medicine Abuse. They target teens and young adults directly, often online, trying to counteract that perception of it being safe just because it's easy to get.
It sounds like if someone does get caught up in abusing DXM, getting help is complex.
Absolutely. Professional help is crucial. You need a continuum of care that really addresses both the physical side effects and those deep psychological impacts we talked about.
Right.
It's a serious addiction.
Okay. So, wrapping this up, considering this dual nature of DXM, cough helper, potential hallucinogen, just how easy it is to find, how does this deep dive maybe challenge your perception, your idea of safe everyday medicines? And maybe what responsibility do we all share in navigating this kind of complex information? Something to think about.